Hi, I'm James Green with ActualTech Media. I'm here today at Scale Computing in San Francisco, and I'm here with Craig Theriac, who's the Director of Product Management at Scale. Craig, I got a couple of questions for you.
Shoot.
The burning question on my mind is, in vSphere-based hyperconvergence products, there's a million ways you can back that up. There's all kinds of software options to do that. There's things offered directly by VMware. Your solution is at Scale HC3 is based on KVM, and the abundance of backup tools out there for KVM seems to be missing.
Right.
I know you guys have kind of addressed that problem though, and you've tackled that head on. Can you tell me about how you back up in an HC3 environment?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first let me start by saying, yeah, you're right. So we're a KVM-based solution, a lot of advantages too, and that one of the disadvantages, of course, is we don't have the VMware ecosystem around us. So what do you do in that situation? First thing is figure out how you play in that. So, one of the things available to most of our customers that are coming from their existing environment, there are a number of different backup solutions they can be using. Most of those backup solutions have in-guest based offerings, so you can put an agent in the guest. It's going to back up just like it would if it were at the VM level. So still use those products. So don't discount that.
So that's good.
That absolutely is good.
People often, at least in my experience, seem to be shying away from the agent-based approach. If they can do it without, that's even better.
That's right. So because of that, we had a ton of demand for basically creating our own solution. So what we did is we took the snapshot and replication functionality that we introduced a couple years back, and what that does is it literally takes point-in-time snapshots and then replicates just the differentials between snapshots from the primary site to a secondary site. So within the last few months, we introduced a single node solution. What that single node solution offers people is the ability to put maybe just enough capacity in a single node to take all of the differentials of those snapshots and host all the data, and then just enough compute to run those critical workloads if there is an event where you might face a disaster. One of the terms I often hear in backup is just kind of the 3-2-1 strategy. So you want to have 3 copies of data, 2 different media, at least one of those on a different site. And so the way we address that, of course, we've got mirroring within the cluster itself. We're replicating that to a second cluster, so second device, and then that second device, if you place that as a secondary site, accomplishes kind of all 3-2-1 in that.
All covered.
Yeah. One other unique thing that was also introduced probably since the last time we spoke was our disaster recovery as a service product. So that is Scale Care Remote Recovery Services. It's actually based at a company we partner with out of Indianapolis, Indiana, that hosts HC3 sitting there. And so customers who have critical VMs that they want to replicate off onto something else, but they don't necessarily have the money for a second site, full second cluster, or even just a second node, they can replicate just those critical VMs to the infrastructure there at our partner site. And we've got a whole run book that helps people get back up running if there is a disaster. And so that kind of covers the spectrum of where our customers fall with what they have available in terms of the resources available to them. Make sure that we're able to confidently, back up in the 3-2-1 methodology we described, and runs the gamut.
Great. Yeah, it sounds like whether you want to be backing up on site to a different one of your sites or completely to a third party, you've got it covered. So
that's right.
If anybody who's watching wants to learn more about that or about Scale in general, where should they go?
There's a specific disaster recovery and backup section to the website, scalecomputing.com, so search for that. Feel free to give us a call at 877-SCALE-59, though. We'll be happy to talk to you about it.
Awesome. Thanks, Craig.
Thank you.